Water is a finite resource. We don't have a lot of water, especially here in Brighton or even in the Front Range. The more water we can save, especially with landscaping, the better off we'll all be. And xeriscaping is just that. Really, Colorado is a high plains desert. If you come back here 100 years ago, you would see a lot of sage, yucca, cactus, things like that, things that are survivors, things that are tough. So we do have a really good website at brightonco.gov/forestry, where you could actually look at some of the plants that we would suggest for a xeriscaping scheme. We have a whole list of perennials, shrubs, even trees, recommended lists that you can look at to see what requires low water, whether or not they have part sun or full sun, part shade, those kinds of things. When you go out to the nurseries to look to buy stuff, you can use that as a reference and say, hey, this might work better than this. Another question people have about xeriscaping is how do they prep their soil? Add pea gravel to our soil, 50-50 ratio. So you have pea gravel and soil, you mix that in, and you can make a mound if you can't dig down, or you can dig down 12-18 inches and mix all that in. But what that does is it creates a really porous situation so that the roots and the water, it just drains right through. There's just a huge campaign to just rip everything out and put in rock and those kinds of things. I would caution you on doing that. If you just put in rock and tear out all your turf, then you're going to create heat islands, and you really don't have that cooling effect that you normally would if you had grass or other plant or shrub materials. So if you wanted to take out your grass, you could put in some of these xeric plants and use drip irrigation, those kinds of things, and help save water. You don't need to water every single day. If you're watering every single day, you're not doing it right unless you're getting your lawn established those first couple months. But the more you water, the more frequent you water, the shallower the roots are, so the less adaptable those roots are to drought situations when we have them. If we go on water restrictions, your lawn, if it's shallow root, is going to be the first one to go dormant. The more you can train your lawn, this works for trees and shrubs too, to get the roots down. The less frequent watering you do, but deeper waterings, the better off they're going to be. Other quick tips for lawn care: don't mow your lawn under 3 inches. Keep your lawn 3 inches or higher. That definitely helps. It helps outcrowd some of the weed species that come up, and it's just healthier for the lawn overall. But I always recommend fertilizing in the fall more than anything. That gives food for the rest of the winter into the spring, and it helps your lawn just come out nice and green. That's why we talk about sustainability in xeric plants more than anything. Less water, less fertilizer, less care. Sure, there's going to be some weeds that pop up here and there, but at the end of the day, you're going to be a lot better off and saving a lot of money with all those features.